Falcons are actually relieved that he's kind of not there to create more of a distraction. Look, I mean, I said it the day it happened. It was one of the stupider decisions I've ever seen by a professional NFL franchise to sign a quarterback to a $180 million contract and then draft his replacement exactly 5 weeks later. This was a terrible organizational decision by the Falcons. Now, they're going to spin this, and this is what's annoying about the Falcons and their PR staff. They're going to spin this as if this is the plan we had all along. This is the plan that when, Kirk Cousins either got hurt or didn't play well or got too old, we were going to have Penix come in. And guess what? The new plan is now we're going to keep Kirk Cousins as a backup. So if Michael Penix gets hurt, we told you so. We were right for keeping him on the roster. We were smart for keeping him here. No, this whole thing has been an abject disaster.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
18.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
The Steelers' interest in Aaron Rodgers as a joke. Your boy went off about the entire situation and why it taken so long to forget him. Terry Bradshaw getting involved.
Yeah, insane. Basically, what are you bringing him in for 1 year? All of this drama for 1 year at this guy, where he is now in his career is he's washed.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on Sport.
Welcome in. It's in-game live game day on this marvelous Monday evening. Scott Wetzel, Dave Sharapan for the next 2 glorious hours, right up until 10 p.m. Eastern Time, watching, analyzing, betting on the world of sports. Yes, we had the evil empire. Now we have the Roman Empire with our beloved Red Sox. Game 3 Stanley Cup Finals. Can the Phillies break out of their scoring slump? And a few other baseball games to put a couple of shekels on before everything is said and done. Busy, crazy weekend. No doubt we will recap as well. My partner in crime, Mr. Sharapan. What's going on, Dave? How are you tonight?
Good to see you, Scott. Glad you're, feeling flexible on this marvelous Monday and, all stretched out after a very, very busy weekend, both on and off the court. The French Open final was unbelievable thing to watch. I mean, just a great sporting event. I don't know how great the NBA Finals Game 2 was last night. It was great for people that had OKC minus the points and the over. Nothing, though, lived up to the Stanley Cup Final that we got in Game 2 on Friday night. Last time you and I were together, that was a great game, double overtime. I don't think it's going to overtime tonight, but we got Game 3, Stanley Cup Final, in Florida this time between Edmonton and Florida Panthers. I can't wait to watch it. And a nice slate of baseball. I mean, some sneaky good games tonight that, are going on. A couple games that are already underway. I like the Phillies against the Cubs. I don't know why. I think Wheeler coming back, 9 of 10 they lose, and they're small favorites. You don't get Wheeler at minus 125 or minus 130 too often. So it was on that one. My Buccos, 3 games in a row. First time all season long. Wake them up, break them up. Buccos with Skeens yesterday get it done. Short favorites today, losing, trailing to Miami right now. That's okay. That's okay. They'll have the lead by the 5th. Pirates. What else you got?
Big story in baseball. Roman Anthony called up
Who's
by
that?
the Red Sox.
Really?
He's the next Ted Williams. If you listen to the people on TV, and I'm even a Red Sox fan, right? I mean, he's like Ted Williams and Babe Ruth and Roger Maris and everyone else all combined. I mean, take it easy, people. They're making this guy out to be the greatest thing in the world. Stop with the pressure. You know what he hit in AAA this season? Again, if you haven't heard him, he's like supposed to be the number one prospect, and they've been clamoring for him to come up, and he's the greatest thing in the world. The latest, who's who of baseball, right? The dude hit 288 at AAA with 10 homers and 29 RBIs. I mean, not awful numbers, but it's not like the guy hit 420 with 15 home runs and 75 RBI. He hit 288. I mean, let him. If he's going to be good, let him be good. He was only a second-round pick as well. It wasn't even like he was the number one pick overall. I mean, I just, it's so crazy how they could take, a guy who could, maybe be a good player and just blow it way out of proportion. So let the kid be good if he's going to be good, but don't tell me he's the next Babe Ruth, when he hasn't had one plate appearance. So, but I'm curious to see. Yeah.
Yep. We'll see. I mean, he's 0 for 1 tonight. We'll keep an eye on that game along with all the other games. The puck's getting ready to drop. You got to give the people what they need, what they want right before the game starts. Please give them everything you got.
All right, we were red hot with these last week, and I like these a lot. We might not get as many shots on goals tonight, but 2 shots on goal parlays. FanDuel allows you to put 2, 3, 4 guys, however you want. In a parlay to get 2 shots, not 3. Don't push it. Don't go to 4 or anything goofy like that. Just 2. We were perfect last week, so let's go right at it again. We got 3 of them for you, Dave. We're going to use Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, Sam Reinhart. So 2 Edmonton, 1 Florida Panthers. Put those 3 together, it's minus 125. It's basically even money. I mean, I don't know how those guys don't get 2 shots on goal. Then we'll give you Sam Bennett, Draisaitl, and Evan Bouchard. That's minus 105. Same thing. I mean, honestly, I don't know how they don't get at least 2 shots on goal. And then the last one, we'll have a little fun with the last one. We'll go over Hagee, Barkov, Nurse, and then Nugent Hopkins. We'll throw 4 in there, and that's almost 5 to 1. So McDavid, Draisaitl, Reinhart, 3 main guys at basically even money. Bennett, Draisaitl, Bouchard, basically even money. And then Verhaeghe, Barkov, Nurse, and Nugent Hopkins at 5 to 1. Again, for 2 shots on goal. Yeah.
I like it. You're getting crazy. That's good. I mean, those both worked last week. I would think of those 2 of the 3 win for sure. And that long shot one, just an added guy that could pay too. So that looks good. But with that, we got 5 on the line too. Is this correct? We're doing all this in the first segment?
Got to get it all in. Drop the first puck. They say 8:10, but, it might be a little bit later than that. But we want to get this all in for you guys to put these bets in. So got the 2 shots on goal parlays in. How about a little 5 on the line? All right, we got 4 games, but we did come up with 5 props for you guys to bet here with our solid trends. 5 best trends for the games tonight. We'll start with baseball, Dave. Seattle and Arizona. Seattle's at Arizona, take on the Diamondbacks. 6-0 under their last 6 meetings. Plus, Seattle is on a nice little 10-3 under their last 13 road games as this is. So, how about under 9? Pretty juicy number with Keller on the hill for the Diamondbacks. Under 9, Seattle and Arizona.
I like it. The board is paid at 9.5, so this was actually a better number for the people. Okay. Now go under 9.5. That looks good. Seattle's team total under as well. What else you got?
All right, baseball again. How about San Diego taking on the Dodgers? Great game. LA 1 game up on San Diego in the NL West. San Diego, same thing under. 17-6 under their last 23 games, including 6-1 their last 7. So under 8, Dodgers and San Diego Padres.
Did a little research for you with this one. Pavetta's 1-1 with a 1.78 ERA in 5 career starts versus the Dodgers. That's 5 earned and 25 1/3 innings pitched. Let's go Padres and under. What else?
All right, baseball again. Back to the Seattle game. Seattle, for whatever reason, they don't play a lot, obviously, but still, Seattle 10-4 versus Arizona, their last 14. Plus, Arizona's playing crappy. 5-12 its last 17 games. So, Mariners plus money, plus 146 against Arizona.
All right, I'm not crazy about this one, but that doesn't mean it's not going to win. Arizona's playing bad. Seattle's playing a little bit better than
Bad.
bad. All right, I like
Yeah.
it. Go.
Exactly. Number 4, which is really number 2, as we go from 5 down to 1. Baseball. Listen, there's 1,000 trends I could give you, but I'll just tell you the A's have lost 11 straight road games. They are on the road against the LA Angels. Give me the Angels minus the 142 or so against the Sacramento, Oakland, Las Vegas A's.
Not too many times you want to say, I want the Angels and doing it minus money. But this might be one of those times. It's a small price, a good price to pay, especially now we can root for Mike Trout tonight. That'll be good.
Yeah, rare time. Exactly. That leaves us with only one, the coup de grace, creme de la creme, numero uno trend of the night. We're going to go into the adjusted line action here for this one. Florida, Edmonton, 6 goals. I know the line is 6.5, but it's plus money to the over. So they've had 6 goals in their games in 15 of their last 18 games. 15-3. So bet the over 5.5, not the 6 or 6.5, over 5.5 minus 170, as chances are this is a 4-2 game at worst.
Juicy, but I like it. I'd rather you go on to 7.5 and go on under, but 5.5 and over is good. We'll recap it all after.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune in to Game Time Decisions weekdays on SportsGrid.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
All right, welcome back back in game live, game day here on the grid. Scott and Dave on this marvelous Monday evening, just getting underway, waiting for the Game 3 Stanley Cup Finals to begin, the baseball stuff as well. So our 5 on the line. Just to recap in case you missed some of that, as we always do first segment, we're going to go under 9.5, Seattle and Arizona. It says 9, it was 9, now it's actually 9.5. So whether the line went up or down, we would be fair about it since you're putting it in now. So we might as well take the extra half a run. We're going to go under 8, Dodgers and San Diego Padres. We're going to take Seattle plus the 146 or so against Arizona. We're going to grab the Angels minus the 142 against the A's. And then the number one play over 5.5 minus 170. Yes, the line is probably 6. But go into the adjusted line action and take the over 5.5 at minus 170 or so. Over 5.5, yeah, Edmonton and the Florida Panthers. I actually like the under in that game, Dave. I don't know if it's going to be 2-1, but the line opened up even at 5.5 to go over. FanDuel anyway now has it a plus money at 6.5 to go over, plus 110. So people are betting the under, which is why you might be able to get a 5.5 at even less odds than the minus 170. 3 out of the 4 last year, 7-game series, right? 4 games actually had 6 goals or less. So you had more unders last year than overs. And 3 of the 4 were at Florida, which is why I think people are betting the under here. I don't like it lower than 4-2, but I think we get a 4-2 tonight for some reason.
I think the only way we get beat with that one is 4-1, is if, one of the teams only scores 1 goal. So, yeah, it looks like it's I don't want to say it looks like it's going to be a Florida and under type deal, but that's the way I'm seeing the game, is Florida with the under. I think Edmonton's only way to win is the under as well. So, Skinner stopping 37 shots, them winning the game 2-1, 3-1 or something with an empty netter. 1 is the loneliest number. 1 is the number that you can't score tonight and be in this hockey game. I think, we got to get the winning team's getting, I think, 4. So leave it at that.
I'll tell you, some of the plays we suggested before the series began, I did some updated odds on that stuff. God bless FanDuel. They actually offer all those still. Every single one. Well, I think there was one that was worse. The hat trick, because since we played 2 games. Outside of the hat trick by anybody, which we both said at the time, plus 155 seems kind of low. That's plus 310. All the others, the 8 or 9 others, and we'll list them here, throughout the show, all better odds now than what they were before. Florida to win this series 4-2 is now plus 360. We got it at plus 450. Florida score 25 goals is plus 470 now. We got it at the beginning of the series at plus 880. Edmonton plus 430 for 25 goals. Now it's 430. It was plus 850. Like all those that we gave out, all better odds. So doesn't mean we're going to win them, but at least we're headed in the right direction.
Better odds for the book. Like you have the better number as the better. So right.
That's what
so
I meant. Yes.
Right. So people don't get confused. We got the best number on every one of those bets except that hat trick one, which we both knew was not right anyway. That was too low. Neither one of us liked that one. So, yeah, man, good stuff. Listen, the hockey's been great. I mean, it's been really entertaining, and I think it's captured the casual. I think the casual fan is interested in the Stanley Cup, which is kind of fun for hockey guys like us.
Yeah. Yeah, you got some decent storylines. It helps that Brad Marchand's having a good series, because now you're talking about him and his days in Boston and them shooting the rat at him at the end of the games and everything. Obviously, Connor McDavid's doing well with his assists, so he's in. So it's not like he's not doing anything. It's hard to kind of get a team into the public's eye. We're seeing that in the NBA, right? I mean, as great as OKC was, people are still saying, yeah, but it's OKC. Yeah, but they won 5,000 games this year. They got the MVP, but yeah, it's OKC. So it takes a while, and that last year maybe was the stepping stone to people watching the NHL Finals this year. I just wish there weren't 3 days in between all these games, Dave. We've been down this road before. It is what it is. But I just think you're alienating the fan who's just is like done with hockey and just wants to move on to baseball, because we're entering the middle of June and we're not even close to having the season end. It's just crazy. It really is. It's both sports, NBA and NHL.
Yeah, it's frustrating for some, and obviously it's being reflected in the ratings. You know, I mean, all we hear is how bad the ratings are for both the NBA Finals and the NHL Stanley Cup. So I think a lot of that has to do with it dragging out, it being on different places, you know, all throughout the season, all this finding it here and finding it here. And then, you know, when your team gets eliminated, Scott, not for you and I, and not for a lot of people that watch SportsGrid, but their interest wanes when their team is out. So that what's making this series fun is that even if you're just a hockey fan in general, you're watching a series, and if you're betting it, you bet over, you got some thrilling wins. I mean, getting those totals over, you know, the first couple of games with empty netters with no time left and, you know, 16 seconds left. It was great.
I can't believe, I tell you, one thing I don't like about this Florida team, Dave, is when they have a lead, boy, they just shut it down. Just shut, like, I was waiting for Edmonton to score. I knew they were going to score. I mean, it's just like, you can't, and I've seen this so many times with this Florida team that they have a one, maybe a 2-goal lead, and it just stops for them offensively. And it's just, that's it. We're done. We scored our goals. It's up to you, Bobrovsky, you know, and I was just waiting, and then when they scored with 18 seconds left, I was like, oh, fudge, you got to be kidding me. You know, they're going to lose this game. So they're minus 142 tonight. Edmonton is plus 118. I like Florida in the series, so it's hard for me to bet against the team I like in the series, but I must say that plus 118, 120 on Edmonton is tempting.
Yeah, that's what they want it to be. I like Florida tonight. Edmonton, depending on how this thing shakes out, Edmonton will bounce back in game 4. We'll go back to Edmonton tied 2-2. But we'll see. I like Florida tonight.
I got an interesting bet. It's almost a pullover side of the road bet. We'll talk about that. Plus our SGP. Yeah, it's a good one when we come back here on the Grid.
It'll be interesting to see what the Knicks do, but the Knicks are at a point now where they don't have to blow it up. They may still do so, and they have a right to do so, but with trading the 4 first-round picks and the pick swap for Mikal Bridges, the Knicks don't have a lot of room in regards to actual picks to throw at people.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Plenty of takeaways from Yankees-Dodgers where LA sent the message on Saturday, and the only way the Yankees could salvage it was somehow beating Yamamoto, and they did.
You're staring a sweep in the face, and after losing the World Series, knowing what the opponent is, you know what the narrative would have been on Sunday Night Monday. Oh, Yankees get swept by the Dodgers.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
18.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Dave, hour number one of our 2-hour extravaganza. Third segment. So you know what time it is. Time for our SGP Same Game Parlay time. All right, not that many games to choose from that haven't started already, but we have one. We heard it with our 5 on the line earlier. That's the Angels and Oakland, Sacramento, Las Vegas A's. We're going to grab the Angels minus the 150 or so against the A's, who have lost 11 straight road games. You know, they're obviously awful. Played a little better. They did win 2 out of 3, I will say, against Baltimore. And they're actually 3-1 if you go back to the series before. But it's still the A's. They're playing awful. Angels at home. They've beaten them 9 of their last 12 meetings. So let's go Angels tonight. Let's go over 9. I was going to go over Angels team runs, but the difference between the odds was is about 70 to 80 points. So I'll take my chances the A's can get a couple of runs because I got the Angels good for 6. Over 9, Angels, A's. And then I can't believe I'm going to do this, put a fork in my eye, but we got to root for Mike Trout tonight. Give me Trout 2 bases, and then Trout an RBI, and then Zach Neto a run. Yeah, I mean, this is like I bet on the Yankees against the Red Sox this weekend, and now I'm betting on Mike Trout. I don't know what's going on. I've just been talking to the wife too much, I guess. My mind is all screwed up. So let's go Angels and Mike Trout tonight.
I got to get the dark glasses because I can't believe it. This is the first time you've ever used Mike Trout in anything in the history of us doing in-game live game day here on the same game parlay. And not only did you use them once, you used them twice. 2 total bases or more and an RBI. Like, do you want to aggravate yourself, by the way? I mean, that seems like that's a lot of aggravation. And you know what time it is. Unbelievable. It's that guy again. You know who scored it?
It's either Bennett or Marchand. I know it's not McDavid, so it can't be.
It's the Florida Panthers. Brad Marchand is
goodness.
An absolute nightmare for the Edmonton Oilers. First couple minutes of the game, wrist shot.
What?
I don't know where Skinner
what
was,
in the world
but my
was
goodness.
Skinner? Yeah, right.
Don't know.
What in
out
the
of position.
world was
just out?
He was about 6 feet, right, out of the net. I'm watching the goal. I just saw the end of it. I'm like, where's the goaltender? The goaltender's not even there, and I see him belly flop about 15 feet up the ice. Oh my god! Let me see
so
that. This
great.
is funny.
I'm getting texts now from people that are watching us wherever you're at across the country. I got this guy, PB's down in Florida, watching us right now. And he sends me a text, blow the horn, blow the horn. Like, we're getting texts from people watching the show. The goal horn needs to be played every time a goal is scored. We got it. Florida 1-0. A minute into the game. 18:57. Time of the first goal. Wow.
I tell you, you got to be crazy to bet it under. I know I did today. Just play, every once in a while you got to play a hunch, but man, that's 3 straight games you've had a goal the first 5 minutes. I didn't see what the odds were today, but I know, generally speaking, you get first 5, you bet first 10 minutes or first 5, and the first 5 is usually like 2-1, a plus 2-1. And man, it's hit every single time. Every single time.
Yep.
Remarkable.
So now, is there another goal scored in the first period? Do you think we'll get another goal?
Yeah, at this point, right? I would think.
I mean,
Line's up to 6.5,
would think so.
minus 170.
Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, like, as a numbers guy, I wouldn't make it 7.5. I would not. I'd use 6.5, leave it there, and move the juice a little bit. I wouldn't give you a free shot on a 7.5. Yeah. So, because I don't know, there's so much time left. I mean, they're not even 2 minutes into the first period. You would think there would be another goal, but Florida getting the first goal keeps this the way it's going, right? Like, Edmonton has to keep playing forward, has to keep playing open. They really cannot allow another goal, though. Different game in Florida. Different game. With Florida having that second change, man, different game.
Not to pat ourselves on the back, but, again, another one of our plays we had beginning of the series was Marshawn at 60-1 to win the Conn Smythe.
What is that?
We threw it out there. Yeah.
Is that even up right now? Wow, we got to find that.
Yeah, we got to find that. We'll find out when we come back. Tom Vecchio, SportsGrid host, will join us next. Do some baseball with him.
It'll be interesting to see what the Knicks do, but the Knicks are at a point now where they don't have to blow it up. They may still do so, and they have a right to do so, but with trading the 4 first-round picks and the pick swap for Mikal Bridges, the Knicks don't have a lot of room in regards to actual picks to throw at people.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Plenty of takeaways from Yankees-Dodgers where LA sent a message on Saturday, and the only way the Yankees could salvage it was somehow beating Yamamoto, and they did.
You're staring a sweep in the face. And after losing the World Series, knowing what the opponent is, you know what the narrative would have been on Sunday Night Monday. Oh, the Yankees get swept by the Dodgers.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
18.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid, hour number 1. So we got a 1-0 Florida Panthers lead, less than 5 minutes now into the first period. Minus 265 on Florida, and then Edmonton is plus the 2-1. The over-under 6.5, minus 148. Let's talk some pucks, a little baseball with our Sports Grid Radio TV host, our compadre Tom Vecchio here on the grid. What's going on, Tom? How are you tonight?
I'm doing good. I do have the Oilers money line tonight, so it's not great to see them going down 1-0 this early, but I see they're on a power play now, which is good. Also this morning, I spoke with Ben and Donnie on the early line, and one of the props that I like were, kind of a special bet tonight that they're offering would be Bobrovsky and Skinner to each have 5+ saves in each period. That was minus 135, boosted up to minus 108. So we're okay now. It's not great, but we're okay.
How does that
bad. They got
prop
3 shots
knocked it in? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was minus 135, but right, 5 each, and their props were, 26 and 25 for the two of them?
Yeah.
Like Skinner's jumped up from 20. So listen, we just need to get 5 each period. Now, Florida did have only 2 shots on goal in I think it was, period 2 of game 1. So there is a little bit of inconsistency, but you're on home lines. You got to bring it.
Yeah, I would think that one gets there kind of comfortably. That's a pretty good bet. So far, the hockey's lived up to the billing, Tom. Win, lose, or draw, whether you had over, under, if you had Florida, if you had Edmonton. I mean, these have been great hockey games. Looking at it tonight, going to Florida, what was going to be different tonight? Are you expecting a similar type, high-scoring, back-and-forth, counter-attacking game, or something different tonight down in Florida?
It's tough to be on the under given the offense that we've seen. And Bobrovsky, I'm going to say, looks good. He doesn't look great. And that's a little bit concerning to me, knowing dating back to last year, like he could shut them down for one game and they would win that game 3-0. And if there's no offense from the Oilers, it kind of leaves me hanging. That was my thought coming into the series. But I don't have that thought right now. There's just too much offense to side with the under. Ultimately, that may become the right side to be on, and you want to be ahead of the curve on things, as I often like to do. I expect this to be split. So I'm on the Oilers now. Listen, if they don't win tonight, I'll be on them in Game 4 just because I expect the series to go 6 or 7. I do have the Oilers, just for clarity's sake. I have them to win the series 4-2 and 4-3. So I do want them to win. But even if they were to lose tonight, I still think being on the Oilers in Game 4 would be the right side because the series is so close. I'm taking the plus money where I can get it.
Yeah, are you surprised it's 1-1? And no, listen, it's 1-0 early here as far as today's game. But has the series gone as you planned it to go, knowing that you liked Edmonton going in?
Yeah, I expected some scoring overall. Playing up there, the raucous crowd gets into it, and there's just too much scoring and too much pace to slow them down. At a certain point, we may get to hard unders, under 6, under 7 as we get to those games. Under 3.5, I'd be willing to take alt lines on. But right now, I still think we're in that we're going to score a lot, and then we'll get Game 4, maybe Game 5, where it ends 2-1, and that's where the turning point in the series will be.
We've been talking a lot about the Conn Smythe, and Wetzel took a couple shots with a couple guys, Brad Marchand being one of them, who was 60-1 before the series started, is down to 9-1 currently right now. If it's not Connor McDavid, what do you think, Tom? Who wins it? I mean, because you want to almost force feed it to Bobrovsky, but the way the games are being played, I don't know. Like, there's someone else live in your eyes?
So I have a position on Bobrovsky at 3.5-1. I'm seeing him at 430 now. Last year he was awesome and he didn't win it. So like you said, they could force feed it to him just because if they were to win it, get it back. Hey, we got to give it to Bobrovsky this time around. We didn't give it to him last year. But with the goals that Sam Bennett is having, and we got to remember that for people out there, this is just not a Stanley Cup Finals award. This is a playoff award. So we're seeing Sam Bennett with all these road goals, like game-defining goals, series-defining pivotal goals. Like there is a route to him winning the Conn Smythe, along with Brad Marchand. We have a shorthanded goal from him. We have a game-winning goal from him already. And if we continue to see him score, he's live for it. Will the votes get there? Could it be Bobrovsky and then the votes are split between Marchand and Sam Bennett and then they just give it to Bobrovsky? Yes, but it doesn't make my position any easier, and it does put those other two players live for it.
Yeah, he better get a few more saves if he's going to win it, because I don't think it's going to happen. I'm hoping not anyway, because I got both Bennett and Marchand. So how about a little baseball? What was on your baseball play tonight, Tom?
So I had the Phillies first 5. Their bullpen's terrible. Their lineup's terrible right now. I can't trust them, but Zach Wheeler's awesome, so I was on them for the first 5. As for the late game, Dodgers-Padres, I know that's an interesting one. Dave, you're rocking the Padres. Interesting that this is approaching the middle of June, and this is the first time that they've played this year, which is rather interesting. The division is tight. I like the under tonight, under 8.5, despite how good both lineups are. Pivetta and Dustin May are both good pitchers. Specifically, Pavetta's having an awesome season. And I'm on the Angels' first 5. The Athletics, not great. They started off the season super fun, but their pitching has been terrible. And despite the fact that I don't think the Angels are a good team overall, Yusei Kikuchi is a good enough pitcher to keep some of these players in check.
You and Donnie do a great job on Sundays with the baseball show, and I know you're watching. Yesterday, the Buccos had Skeens going and won. First time they've won 3 games in a row all season. Tonight, short favorites against Miami, and I was like, yeah, this got to be a play again on the Pirates. Are the Pirates with the Marlins the next 2 days? Are we ready for a little winning streak here? Tom, what do you think?
We might be. What is it? So Sandy's pitching tomorrow for the Marlins. He's been terrible. Mitch Keller's on the mound for them. Then Wednesday, early start, 12:30. Bailey Falter's also been solid. And, Cal Quantrill for the Marlins is never a pitcher that I've been willing to back, dating back to his years when he's with the Guardians. I just don't think he's a good pitcher. They could get another 2 out of 3. You sweep the Phillies in the Battle of the Keystone State. You take 2 out of 3 versus the Marlins. I think that's very live. And the fact that they're scoring runs today, but they couldn't score yesterday for Skeens. Again, Paul DeGrom Skeens is what we're going to start calling him. No run support, no wins on his record, but literally every other stat to back up. He's one of the best, if not the best pitcher in baseball.
All right, Red Sox call up Roman Anthony, the greatest thing since Babe Ruth, apparently, Tom. He's 0 for 2 tonight, so I'm ready to throw him to the weeds. But are we playing him in props? Are we playing the Red Sox because they got a little something going there, or we just stay away and let him become a major league player?
No, I'll be willing to. I wasn't on him tonight for any props, but tomorrow, who's pitching for Tampa tomorrow? Ryan Pepio. Listen, I'll take a shot on 2+ total bases for him probably tomorrow, as long as it's at plus money. I wouldn't lay juice on a young prospect. I wasn't laying juice on Jack Caglianone last week. I wasn't laying juice on really any of these top prospects. But if you give me plus money, 2+ total bases at plus 115 or 120, I'll take a shot on that.
Other game tonight, Seattle's at Arizona.
Yeah.
Don't know what to make of Seattle right now. Really struggling other than, big dumper hitting home runs. They're not scoring runs. Arizona's playing as bad as they're played in a couple years. You look at it and you got a pretty decent price with Kelly tonight. It jumped off the page to me as being a little bit extra, but then when you really dive into it and see Seattle, do you want to take Seattle at a plus, even though Wetzel did in our 5 on the line? What do you think about the game?
So I have Diamondbacks first 5. The Diamondbacks bullpen is terrible. It is really, really bad. And, this year I've been betting more first 5s than ever. I have historically never bet first 5s just because I want as much runway as possible. When you were betting first 5s, you were betting on that pitcher heavily. Because if you bet on first 5, I've made this argument before over the past few weeks, you were giving up 2 at-bats for Judge, Ohtani, Bobby Witt, Corbin Carroll, essentially, in this circumstance specific. You were just foregoing those extra at-bats. It's baseball. Bad stuff happens. Ohtani starts 0 for 2. How many late games have we seen where Ohtani hits a tying home run or go-ahead home run in the 8th or 9th? You have to be willing to dive into even more variance because you're decreasing the sample size. So when I bet on first 5s, it's not just about the pitcher. In this case, Merrill Kelly does factor in heavily, but I'm also betting on the hitters, and the lineup for the Diamondbacks is awesome, but their bullpen is terrible. So I want to factor in the hitters a little bit. Merrill Kelly, leave out the bullpen, which is terrible.
Yeah, and really, and that's why the over-unders on some of these are so high. So it's crazy. Tom, great job as always, man. Tom Becchio, we'll do it again soon.
Thanks for having me.
It'll be interesting to see what the Knicks do, but the Knicks are at a point now where they don't have to blow it up. They may still do so, and they have a right to do so, but with trading the 4 first-round picks and the pick swap for Mikal Bridges, the Knicks don't have a lot of room in regards to actual picks to throw at people.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Plenty of takeaways from Yankees-Dodgers where LA sent a message on Saturday, and the only way the Yankees could salvage it was somehow beating Yamamoto, and they did.
You're staring a sweep in the face. And after losing the World Series, knowing what the opponent is, you know what the narrative would have been on Sunday Night Monday. Oh, Yankees get swept by the Dodgers.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the grid. Thanks again, Tom Vecchio, for joining us, as he does from time to time. Sports Grid Radio host. See him and hear him all the time here on the grid, radio and TV-wise. So, Florida up 1-0, and I do believe they're going on a power play as Marshawn got hit in the face by Evander Kane with his stick. So, I don't think he drew blood, so it should be a 2-minute power play. Already up 1-0. What do we got? 11 and a half minutes left to go in the first period. So it is Florida minus 310. Yeah, with that power play. If you were going to bet Edmonton plus 220, now would be the time. I imagine, Dave, if Florida doesn't score, it'll probably go back to 180, 190 or so. So if you want the extra money, now you bet it, or you take the chance and you just say, you know what, I don't want to, take a chance that it's 2-0 Florida, because then it would be 4-1, I'm sure. So 6.5 is now back the number, and now it's back to the original kind of plus 106 on the over 6.5.
Correct. And every minute that ticks off the clock, the under price is going to get juiced. So it's not going to be long until under's, significant favorite, especially if they don't score in this power play. 9 shots to 6. Edmonton leads.
Cool.
Edmonton's not backing down. They're playing their game despite being down 1-0. So, again, it's been a very well-played hockey game. Power play each. They went to the 4-on-4 for a minute, whatever that was. I don't want to say this is a critical moment in the game because it is still only the first period. But this is a huge momentum boost for Edmonton if they kill this thing. No?
No, I think they have more to lose than to gain. If they give up a goal, they're in a whole lot of trouble. But if they don't, okay, it's still 1-0 Florida. It's one of those we have everything to lose and nothing really to gain. So I wouldn't say it would be a momentum boost. But listen, it's 9 minutes left in the first period. There's plenty of time, right? I mean, I think Florida's going to win. You said you thought Florida was going to win. But, if I didn't have a dog in a fight, or if I had Florida, and you know me, I'm a big hedger, middle guy. Would I grab, Edmonton plus the 2-1? Yeah, I probably would. And just play the game. Chances are they get the next goal. So, but I don't think we give them any more of a boost. And Florida's actually controlling play. This is at least their second, if not third power play. So, looks like they're going to survive it. But I will say this, as far as shots on goal, if you want to use that as the determining who's really controlling the play, we got the big boys coming through. Connor McDavid already has 2. So our 2 shots on goal parlay with him is in, or not in, but good start. Bouchard already has 4.
Wow.
I should have used Corey Perry, but old man, I didn't. I mean, we're getting good odds on him too, and I ended up going elsewhere. So, but you got 4 out of Bouchard and 2 out of McDavid already. Man, I really do love those things. You're getting a ton of shot on goals, but which helps obviously. But I do like these things.
Well, yeah, especially if the teams are going to get double-digit shots on goal every period. I mean, you're very live in these parlays, great individuals. So that's good. Milwaukee is playing Atlanta in baseball today. Atlanta has gone just bad. It doesn't even do it justice, what Atlanta's doing. And they got Sale on the hill tonight. Did you see the price? I mean, Sale was like minus 180 at close against Milwaukee, who I don't want to say is a surprising team because expectations were they would probably be right where they're at right now. It took them a little while to get going. The Brewers lead 1-0 in the bottom of the 4th. Oh, they just got out of it. So top of the 5th, 1-0 Milwaukee. I like Milwaukee before the game. You got to keep betting against Atlanta, especially when you're getting plus money. You won't get Atlanta again plus money the rest of this week. Any thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I gave out the Brewers to the podcast crew. Tough going against Chris Sale, right? But I told him, Chris Braves with Chris Sale on the hill that they have a losing record this year. He's been phenomenal, right? Which is why people think that maybe they would trade him. I did look up his contract, and if the computer's right, Spotrac, which is pretty good, the Braves have a player option on him. So he's under contract for this year, then they can pick up an option for next year. So if you were to trade, that might be enticing. Atlanta did just tie it, so I'm assuming someone just hit a home run because they had no one on. So 1-1.
Okay.
Yet they can't score. They've lost 7 in a row. And even if you throw out the 0-8 start to season, they're still under 500. They're 3 games under 500, 27-30 since that start. So they can't hit. You know, and the bullpen hasn't helped. So I'm going against
it was
them
Acuna. Acuna hit a solo shot. Yep. So it's tied 1-1 right on cue when I said it, I like the Brewers, and boom, the Braves tie it up.
Yeah.
So now you like the Brewers even more. The Brewers will probably score in the bottom half of the first or the bottom half of the fifth. So I have it here on May 18th. The Braves climbed out of their, early season slow start, got above 500 for the first time. They were 24-23. But since then, on May 18th, they've lost 14 of their last 17 games, including 7 straight, like you said. So season high, 10 games below 500 and minus 180. Like, that's one of those numbers, me and you were in the book, and I'm going, Wetzel, what's this 180 thing? This can't be, this is too high. So we'll see if it gets there or not, but another good, interesting discussion. Pirates are leading 4-2, middle of the fifth. That's a good score for baseball. Rays are leading your Red Sox 3-1, bottom of 6. Yeah. Blue Jays up 2-0, bottom of 4 against the Cardinals. Blue Jays are playing much better, huh?
Yeah, very quietly. They went into Minnesota. They took a series from the Twins, who were playing good ball, and they were playing great at home, and they still won the series. They're 9-2 their last 9-2 their last 11. They're hitting the snot out of the ball, 9-1 over their last 10. That's a real good series. 2 teams that are, quietly having terrific years. Toronto 5 games over 500, and St. Louis 7 games over 500. So I did like St. Louis in that game. They're down 2-0. You get a plus 210, bottom of the 4th. FanDuel's showing 2 on, 2 out. I'm guessing that they're out of the inning. I'm guessing they didn't score. But I still like St. Louis plus, the 210.
Okay. All right.
So.
Still 1-0 hockey game.
Yeah. Quick break. Come back. Black Cloud play of the day.
It'll be interesting to see what the Knicks do, but the Knicks are at a point now where they don't have to blow it up. They may still do so, and they have a right to do so, but with trading the 4 first-round picks and the pick swap for Mikal Bridges, the Knicks don't have a lot of room in regards to actual picks to throw at people.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Plenty of takeaways from Yankees-Dodgers where LA sent the message on Saturday, and the only way the Yankees could salvage it was somehow beating Yamamoto, and they did.
You're staring a sweep in the face. And after losing the World Series, knowing what the opponent is, you know what the narrative would have been on Sunday night, Monday. Oh, the Yankees get swept by the Dodgers.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play. every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Dave closing out hour number 1 with you know what? Our Black Cloud best play of the day. All right, I don't do this too often, and I have to confess, I actually kind of forgot. You know, sometimes I do everything all at the same time. Other times I kind of split it up throughout the day, depending on what trends are coming out and different things that I have to do. So I kind of forgot that I used the SGP on the Angels and A's. So that said, we're going to double down on Mike Trout. How about that? Not only are we going in once on this overrated player, we're going to go down twice, Dave. Give me the Angels, minus the 145 or so, might be up to 150, depending on where you do your shopping, as I like to say all the time. But they really should win, the Angels. They're at home. A's have lost 11 straight road games. They're not any good. 4-21, their last 25. They have won a couple here lately. As I mentioned, they won a series against Baltimore at home, but this is on the road. They don't play well against the Angels. They've lost 5 straight against the Angels. And LA is 12-5, their last 17 overall against the A's. And that's been like 2 bad teams. Not like the A's have been good or bad, and the Angels have been really good or bad. You know, it's basically been 2 bad teams, and the Angels still do well against the A's. So add it all up. We got the better pitcher on the hill. Yukuchi, he's actually done very well. His record won't show it, but his ERA is the real story, and of late as well. Because if you look at his game log, now he's only 1-5, so you think, how can he be doing well, Scott? Well, you look at his last starts: 3 innings against the Red Sox on the road at Fenway Park, which isn't that bad. Time before that, 1 run against the Stankies, pretty good. Time before that, no runs against Miami, albeit pretty good, obviously. And in the time before that, 1 run against the Dodgers. So in his last 4 starts, he's allowed 5 earned runs. And now I'm going up against the A's. Yeah,
I have Kikuchi, 2.35 ERA in his last 7 starts.
Whoa,
that's 10 earned and 38 1/3. The Angels in that span 5-2. So in his first 6 starts of the season, though, he had a 4.31 ERA, and the Angels were 1-5 in his starts. So maybe we'll get some more run support. And I have the obligatory Mike Trout note. Oh no, it's not the right pitcher. So never mind. I was going to give you a pitcher versus Trout stat that was very favorable, but Springs isn't starting. So Holman is starting for the A's. You do know that the Angels swept. Yeah, the Angels swept the A's in the 4 games the last time they met, back in May 19th to 22nd.
Perfect.
I don't want to keep putting it on, piling it on, but things look good. And you don't normally do that. So you get a pass, you know, with a Black Cloud and the same game parlays all mixed in the same pot. Usually you got 2 separate things working in the kitchen, one cooking over here, one cooking over here. That's okay. That's okay. When the play's good, you're confident. And again, sometimes it just happens organically. It's fine.
And this is a meaningless game, which we all know that's when Mike Trout comes to shine, right? You get them when they're about to get to 500 or over 500, forget about it.
Right.
Let them play the stinking A's when there's 10 people in the stands and they're 4 games under 500. Who cares? That's when Mike Trout hits his home runs. You know that. So he'll pile on. He's got 9-2, Trout 2 homers, 4 RBIs written all over it. Then when we start paying attention to the A's or the Angels, then Trout will stink or he'll get hurt. Walking out of the dugout like he's been doing the last 2-3 years. So.
Right.
Well, I wonder what he thinks, really. Like, he knew what he was getting into when he re-signed with the Angels, right? He had to have. But then he sees all the success that Ohtani's having, and all, whether it's on the field with the team or him hitting, and I'm back here with the Angels, and I'm sitting there next to last place. I mean, really, you wonder what he's thinking, with no future in sight for the Angels.
He signed a contract a while ago. They went and got Ohtani. They went and got Rendon. They went and got pieces and said, we're gonna try here. It didn't work out, and he's the last guy left. Don't leave the lights on. Make sure you shut the light off when you leave. It's one of those situations that I don't think he's thinking anything other than I got to show up, I got to stay healthy, and then we'll see if we can be a 500 ball club at least right now. I mean, I think that's the expectations for the Angels. The season wins were I think it was just under 81. So I don't know. Are they going to finish 500 this year?
No, I don't think so. Because I think Trout's due for an injury. And if they have anyone that's halfway decent, they'll probably trade him away. Red Sox tie up the Devil Dogs. George Kurtz coming up next.
It'll be interesting to see what the Knicks do, but the Knicks are at a point now where they don't have to blow it up. They may still do so, and they have a right to do so, but with trading the 4 first-round picks and the pick swap for Mikal Bridges, the Knicks don't have a lot of room in regards to actual picks to throw at people.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Plenty of takeaways from Yankees-Dodgers where LA sent a message on Saturday, and the only way the Yankees could salvage it was somehow beating Yamamoto, and they did.
You're staring a sweep in the face. And after losing the World Series, knowing what the opponent is, you know what the narrative would have been on Sunday Night Monday. Oh, Yankees get swept by the Dodgers.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all. It's
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
18.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
And welcome back. It's in-game live game day here on a marvelous Monday. Hour number 2. Boy, we are flying along, going fast tonight as it always is here on the grid. Closing moments of the first period still. Oops. I was going to say it was still 1-0, but it is not still 1-0. How about that? Two nothing. Florida Panthers over Verhaeghe with the goal as well. Not Bennett, which we would have liked, or Marchand, but Verhaeghe, he's one of our guys that are 2-shot on goal parlays. So anyway, Scott, Dave, welcome in George Kurtz, SportsGrid Radio TV host here. George, so, all right, give me your impressions, George. 2-0 Florida. Who'd you like going into this game? And then what do you think now? What do you think of the first period?
That's a beautiful goal by Verhaeghe, by the way. Can't get on Skinner for that. That one is roofed. Yeah, where mommy keeps the baby aspirin. That's just a nice goal. I mean, listen, you know what I picked, Scott, right? I've had the same bets, I think, every game with the exception of the anytime goal scorers. Those I've been switching up. So this is not good for me. All right, I'm on Edmonton. McDavid, 2+ points. Drysdale, anytime goal. Corey Perry, an anytime goal. The one thing that did go right for me, I did take Brad Marchand, anytime goal. Just riding the hot guy there. Right, he's played so well here. And, we talked about this yesterday, Scott. that plus 2,800, which you could have gotten yesterday for Conn Smythe, is going to keep going down. It's going to keep going down here, though. If Bobrovsky throws a shutout one of these games, he'll be maybe the overwhelming favorite. He was plus 280, I believe it was, with Bennett plus 330, something like that, going into today's game here. So my impressions, not going to be a good night for me. That's what my impressions
are. It's early. I mean, relax. But we saw this before, right? Edmonton had to come back both games. They've done it in other rounds. They did it, pulling a goalie and getting an empty netter, or with the goalie pulled and tying the game late. Does Edmonton have to win tonight to win the series, George? I don't think so. I mean, me and Scott both like Florida tonight. Doesn't mean the series is over, although it's going to move to 2-1 favorite, likely, on Florida. Edmonton is going to be okay series-wise if they lose tonight, right?
I mean, listen, obviously you want to win tonight. But do I think the series is over because Florida wins tonight or Edmonton wins tonight? No. Listen, Scott, once again, I fully believe whoever wins tonight is going to lose on Wednesday. Right? Going to lose game 4. We're going back to Edmonton tied at 2 here. And I said it, and I will follow through on this, that if this score stays the same here and Florida wins here, I will be betting heavily on Edmonton to tie this game up, or tie the series up in game 4. And I don't think Edmonton is worried about getting behind in a game or in the series. They've done this before. I don't even think they're all that worried about being down 2-0. They may be a little bit concerned here. They switched up all 3 defensive pairs before this game, which is something you just do not see in the Stanley Cup playoffs there. But they switched them all up here, and a lot of this is because they got Ekholm back. And Ekholm's their best defenseman. It's really not even close, but that sort of put everybody playing with different people here. So I think Knobloch is trying to figure out who should be playing with who here, and it's tough to do that in the middle of a series here. So I think there is that to worry about. I was certainly worried about Skinner. All right, because he's not Bobrovsky as far as somebody we fully trust here, or any other top goaltender here. And we've seen his play go up, down, and that game-winning goal. I know it was a breakaway, but it was still, probably should have been stopped. So I was worried about what he would do tonight. Now I said that last goal by Verhaeghe, ain't nobody stopping that, right? That's a beautiful shot here, but still 2 goals in the first period. Let's just say for giggles here, the final score tonight is 6-2, Florida. You're going to hear a lot of whispers about going back to Picard.
Wow. Well, he is undefeated, right? I mean, 6-0 before he got hurt, and they pulled him back out. 10 goals they've given up now, whoever's fault it is, whether it's a goaltender, whether it's defense, forwards not falling back, whatever the case may be. But 10 goals they've given up in 2 games and a period. That's I don't think they expected that. They can't win that way, right?
It's hard to you can against certain teams. I don't think you can against Florida. All right, they are a better defensive team. You know that, right? They have the better goaltender. You know that. That's going in. Anything can happen in a 7-game series. Skinner could have played magnificent every game because he's hot. We've seen that before in the Stanley Cup playoffs or any playoff round where a goaltender not only steals games but can steal a series here. And a defense could be playing out of this world. But as you said here, that's a lot of goals to give up here. Right? And Florida's not really a true goal-scoring team. They're not Colorado. They're not Toronto. They're not that kind of team here. You're going to need some more saves here. I understand the games went to double overtime and overtime. It's not Skinner's fault. I'm not saying it's Skinner's fault here. But if they score 5 goals against tonight, and it's back-to-back games where maybe you got to try something to shake it up here, because you don't want to go be down 3-1. You lose on Wednesday, and then now we'll go to Picard. Because what was the question Dave asked? Is this game a must-win? No. But if you lose, you can't lose Wednesday. You can't go down 3-1. Right. That would be a must-win.
Right. Little late-night baseball, George. As we get close to the end of the first period, and it looks like there's fisticuffs everywhere. Everybody's glove washing, face washing, everybody's face. I'm dressed, obviously, in the Padres stuff. Scott and I talked about it briefly. I like the Padres tonight against the Dodgers. Pavetta's been great, especially against the Dodgers in his career. Surprised that the Padres are getting plus money at home tonight?
Am I surprised? No. Should they be getting plus money? Probably not. I mean, this should be probably pretty close to even. I would even think. I sort of agree with you. I sort of give San Diego the edge as well here. Dustin May he's been better of late, but we're not talking an ace here. The guy's going to shut down the other Padres. I kind of think it's going to be a lower scoring game, by the way. I think it's going to be that too. 8.5. I'm toying with the idea of taking the under there, but you're paying for it at minus 118. I don't like that. So we'll see there. But I kind of with the Pavetta, good solid major league pitcher. May, they're at home. Dodgers had to travel back from St. Louis, and they're not playing well. right? They split against the Mets, lost 2 out of 3 to St. Louis, and outside of yesterday, their offense hasn't looked all that good. So I was kind of on your side here with San Diego. I think I will take the plus money as well, and I want to take the under here, but I wonder if that's going to be more of an in-game opportunity for me.
We got a big play on the LA Angels, SGP, and our Black Cloud play against the A's. What do you think about that game with Kikuchi on the hill?
Kikuchi, I don't know if it was you with Scott, but Kikuchi has pitched well. He's made 13 starts this season, only given up more than 3 earned runs in 2 of them. He's pitched well. The team hasn't always scored for him, but I think that could be a problem that could be alleviated tonight against the Athletics pitching staff, right? So I am kind of with you here, but I can't lay minus 142, all right? So I think if I'm going to take the Angels here, and I did, by the way, I'm really going to give them. I'm going to take them on the run line, all right? I'm going to take the plus 140, hope they win by more than 1. All right, because I think you're reading it right. All right, I like the Angels to win tonight. Athletics can't, they can't pitch all that well here. And with the Athletics and everything, it's not. I know it's not in Sacramento. Almost said Oakland, but I'll save my buck. I'm going to take the over again too here. So I think we'll get some runs tonight, mainly on the Angels side. I'm thinking like a 7-3 win here for the Angels.
Seattle and Arizona, last game of the night as far as start time. Arizona, Kelly. Over 150. I mean, it's a market price right now is minus 165 and going up. Totals 9.5 painted. Look, screams under to both me and Scott. What about you? Side total in this game, anything?
Yeah, I got a dime higher, by the way. I got minus 174. All right, so it is creeping up here, up. The total went down to 9. So sort of, people think Arizona's going to win in a medium-scoring game here. Hancock, listen, I have bet against Hancock twice, and I think it's his 2 best starts of the season. All right, so we're going for the hat trick tonight. Hopefully he doesn't do it again to me tonight. I'm on Arizona as well. I'm also on the under. I don't think a lot of runs are going to be scored tonight. Corbin Carroll battling a hamstring issue. That's why he was iffy over the weekend here, but he should play tonight.
All right. George, great job as always, man. Keep your fingers crossed for your case with the Edmonton Oilers. In our case, we're sitting on the under, and we kind of got to lean towards Florida. So, but you know what? That's okay. Good job, George. We'll do it again soon. Thanks.
Anytime.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
2 guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune in to Game Time Decisions weekdays on SportsGrid.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
18.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups. My tip? Try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Pages. Let's get lucky.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Dave, hour number 2. Thanks again to George Kurtz joining us there. We'll talk with our good buddy, Mr. Cam Stewart, in about a half hour or so. So they are after 1, and Florida does score, 2 minutes into the game, and then they score with, 2.5 minutes or so left to go in this first period. So kind of sandwich 15, 16 minutes of nothing hockey for them anyway. But they got themselves a 2-0 lead, Dave. A gazillion power plays. Every time I look over my shoulder here to watch the game, I see one team on the power play. Would you get 7, 8 penalties in the first period? I had a bunch of scrums there to close out the first period as well. I don't think any penalties were called, but this is getting a little nasty here. We're kind of picking up the pace here a little bit in this series, right?
Yeah, this is one of those ones that it's not crunch time, do or die time, anything like that, but the second goal by Florida there was huge for them. Edmonton's got to do something. They I like the way they actually finished at the end of that first period, kind of, pushing back on the road, getting in their faces, doing whatever they have to do. But man, I really feel like Edmonton's got to get the next goal. Otherwise, it might be not the last goal, Horn, that we hear if Florida scores the next goal, but it's really going to cement that Florida and under position if we get the 3-goal lead into the second period. Yeah.
Yeah. Because then Florida will just sit on it completely. Like, I hope we get our 2 shots on goals from the Florida guys this second period, because they could good go 2, 3, 4, 5, literally only shots on goal in the third. If they got, especially if it's a 3-0 lead. 2-0, maybe not, but 3-0, then it's completely like it's weird. A 1-goal lead, like we saw in game 2, they're going to sit on the 1-goal lead. A 3-goal lead, they're definitely going to be sitting on the lead. It's the 2-goal lead that they have a little bit of wiggle room, but they don't want to go too crazy. But we might see some offense from Florida with a 2-goal lead in the third period. But I don't think we would with a 1 or a 3 or more goal lead. So let's hope we get our shots on goal from them. And I would say this, you got Bobrovsky with 12 saves already. His number was 25.5, which was, again, a super low number. If you want to go adjusted, they are offering in-game stuff, rather. It's 31.5. He's got 12. He's on pace for 36, obviously. But I don't – are they going to get 32 shots on goal? I don't know. That's a lot with Florida playing.
That is a lot.
It's just defensive,
Yeah. I don't know about that. Like, there's sometimes you see the number and go, yeah, they're still going to get that. That's a really good number. Give me that, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see.
Skinner is 27.5. How many shots on goal does Florida have first period? He's got 8 saves. I tell you what, I don't go under too often. Now, we've seen a ton of penalties in the first period. I don't think we're going to get 7 more penalties. I think at least 7. They might have even 8. I'll double check here, but I don't think we're going to get 7 penalties in the second period. So 7. So I don't know if they get 28. He gets 28 saves. They could score a goal and he get yanked as well. So it's a rare time where I think I'm going to play the under 27.5.
You think
minus
they
105
pull him?
too?
You think that's a possibility?
Yes, I do.
Wow.
By the way, that goal, where do I tell you all the time? Lacrosse players, hockey players, come to me for advice, okay? As we all should. Where do you think that goal was, that second goal? High to the right shoulder. You can't stop it. You can't stop that shot. Yeah. There's nothing there. I got the butt end of the stick. That's it. Everything, it's kind of weird, right? I mean, that's how it has to be, because you Your glove hand is on your left hand if you're a righty, right? So you're holding the stick with your right hand. So the stick goes towards the left. They should devise a hockey stick. Are you ready? No? They should devise a hockey stick, Dave. You sitting down? That the shaft goes to the right, not the left. What? Or maybe, are there rules where you can have a blocker on the top of the stick? Is that allowed for a goaltender? Maybe like a double stick? This way you have something on your right shoulder to block the puck?
Like a torpedo stick, like in a baseball?
Yeah.
You want to make it like a big paddle up near the top? No. You've had some really good ideas on this show. You've had some really cockamamie ideas on the show. That one is in the bad category. Yeah, cockamamie. No. You can put a big knob of tape on the top of the goalie stick. That's as much as you can do. And sometimes they throw that up there and try to stop that over the shoulder shot. But no, that's it. I mean, yeah, listen. Everybody's complaining sometimes about the, not being enough scoring, although the hockey has increased recently. There's people talking about making the nets a little foot higher or something like that. We don't need to give the goalie another advantage. Yeah, we don't need that. No, we're good. Yeah.
All right, how about this? Bouchard has, let me go back to his, I think it's 4, or actually 5, I think it is. Right, yeah. Bouchard has 5 shots on goal already. Perry 3, McDavid 2. FanDuel's offering in-game live a McDavid, a Draisaitl, and they don't offer. Naturally, that I put Bouchard in there. I thought I saw Bouchard, but it didn't. But McDavid, Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins to combine for 5 shots on goal in the second period at plus 260. Down 2-0.
Wow. Wait, who are the guys? Nugent Hopkins and who?
McDavid and Draisaitl. If you want to throw out Nugent Hopkins and just keep McDavid and Draisaitl for 5 shots, it's 6-1. Draisaitl has none. So he's obviously due, right? He's overdue. He's got to get at least one.
You've piqued my interest. You've piqued my interest with that. Yeah.
Right.
A
lot of penalties being called.
Has to get a shot. Yeah, Draisaitl has to get a shot this period. No? Wow.
I would think.
How does he have no shots?
I know. Not even shots missed. I'm looking at the SM. Shots missed, nothing. He's got 2 hits.
That's surprising.
8 shifts. Yeah. -1.
Okay.
Playing like a dog. I think I'm going to try that one in the second period.
It'll be interesting to see what the Knicks do, but the Knicks are at a point now where they don't have to blow it up. They may still do so, and they have a right to do so, but with trading the 4 first-round picks and the pick swap for Mikal Bridges, the Knicks don't have a lot of room in regards to actual picks to throw at people.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Plenty of takeaways from Yankees-Dodgers where LA sent a message on Saturday, and the only way the Yankees could salvage it was somehow beating Yamamoto, and they did.
You're staring a sweep in the face. And after losing the World Series, knowing what the opponent is, you know what the narrative would have been on Sunday Night Monday. Oh, Yankees get swept by the Dodgers.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
The 2 guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
18.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in-game live. Game day here on the grid. Scott and Dave trying to get some shot-on-goal props. We've had a lot of success with this stuff. For the second period, here's one more I'll throw at you. And the boys at FanDuel lowered the odds from McDavid and Draisaitl to now plus 570. As soon as we mentioned that's a pretty good bet at 6-1, they lowered to plus 570. All right, well, I put this one in FanDuel before you could get to it. So how about that? How about Darnell Nurse, Bouchard, who's got 5, and Ekholm to combine for 4 shots on goal, second period at plus 310. Bouchard can get that all by himself, for goodness sakes. Nurse is pretty good shot on goal, guy.
The beauty of these things is that one guy can get you the number. Like, you don't have to get one from each guy. So,
right.
You know, you can get multiples from one guy. One guy can get shut out, but if you get 2 and 2 in this situation, you win the parlay. So you're looking at Edmonton guys, huh? You're really looking right now at Edmonton guys because they're down. Yeah.
They're down 2-0. Yeah, and they're the ones that put the. And I don't want to fool around too much with Florida just because I've seen them just go completely in the tank. So I'm more confident that Edmonton will get the shots on goal. Like if Edmonton, to me, it's one of those things where I'll make a bet if I lose. Okay, I can live with myself. Versus some bets where you're just like, what am I, an idiot, right? Betting on Mike Trout. So, but Florida, has the 2-0 lead, so I can see them going into a shell. Edmonton's got the deficit. So if they don't get their shots, it's not like I know they didn't try. They didn't go into the locker room saying, "Hey boys, let's not try an offense anymore." So that's why I lean towards Edmonton guys.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to find a Florida guy. Just saying. To throw off the book, start to look, throw a price in there. It'll jump the payout significantly. And again, if you guys are, watching from FanDuel and you guys are in the room adjusting the odds and stuff while you're watching, we appreciate you. Just send a note, tag us at SportsGrid, at Opposite Picks, at SportsBK Consig, all the above, and let us know that you're watching the show because we really do appreciate it. Bennett, Verhaeghe, any one of the above interest you?
Well, Bennett does. I like Verhaeghe. That's the other thing I love doing is betting on guys that scored in the first period. Just because they get a little mojo, karma going, and it's amazing how many times these guys, right? Player to score 2 goals with Marchand, they're giving you at plus 430, and then Verhaeghe is plus 360.
Yeah.
You want to go 3 goals? We get our hat trick. 32-1 for Verhaeghe, 47 for Marchand.
Why? Why do you always go that extra?
Because all we need is one more. Really, it's all we need is one more, and then these guys will be on the ice for the hat trick empty netter. I'm gonna play both. They just lowered Marchand to 41-1.
You cannot resist a good price. Yeah, hurry up. They're doing it right now. They're doing it again. Yeah, they're doing it again.
863-1 if you want to put them into the parlay, by the way.
No,
I won't do that. Right? That I won't do. Even I have my limits. But I'll put those 2 guys in for a hat trick.
You like making those parlays and make those big pluses. Oh, geez.
Yeah, I fooled around with the parlay thing. They when I first put them in, they give it to you as a parlay. Then you got to hit that little thing, put them in separately. Why do they do that?
Right.
By the time I got to
Software.
it, period started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Software thing. You can set it like that. So, when you send it, I always tell people send the straight bets first. then send the parlay.
Right.
Or send them all together. But don't send the parlay first because you're going to affect straight bet prices. 100%. A lot of times.
Oh, really?
Send the straight bets first. Yeah. Yeah. You send the parlay
Wow.
first, you get them probably lowered. If they're big pluses, turns out that parlay pays a lot. Yeah, don't do that first. Edmonton's moving the puck around pretty good on Florida on the power play. Yeah, all over the place. They are all.
We need it.
Uh-oh.
We need it. What do we
Wetzel.
hear?
They were buzzing.
Power play goal.
Perry again? Perry
Was
again?
Perry again?
Yes.
This guy's 9,000 years old between him and Marchand, right? You got the two oldest guys on the ice for each team. And both are having great postseasons, or at least Stanley Cup finals here. 2-1. We'll pay the odds when we come back.
It'll be interesting to see what the Knicks do, but the Knicks are at a point now where they don't have to blow it up. They may still do so, and they have a right to do so, but with trading the 4 first-round picks and the pick swap for Mikal Bridges, the Knicks don't have a lot of room in regards to actual picks to throw at people.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Plenty of takeaways from Yankees-Dodgers where LA sent a message on Saturday, and the only way the Yankees could salvage it was somehow beating Yamamoto, and they did.
You're staring a sweep in the face. And after losing the World Series, knowing what the opponent is, you know what the narrative would have been on Sunday night, Monday. Oh, the Yankees get swept by the Dodgers.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this one? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day. Whoa! That under 6.5 hunches is not looking too good. Sorry, podcast crew. They have led you down the wrong path. Florida Panthers respond. I think it was Reinhart with the goal. Yes? Okay.
Yes.
Reinhart with the goal for the Panthers, 3-1. Verhaeghe with the assist. So Perry starts it off a minute 40 in on the power play. I guess that was a result of the scrum they had to close out the first period. And then a minute 20 later, Reinhart scores to rebuild the 2-goal lead for the Florida Panthers, 3-1. Wow. So we got 4 goals in period plus.
Unbelievable hockey, right? Just when you think like right there, Edmonton really controlled play, had the power play, converted it, got a goal, 2-1. All right, here we go. You know, this is Edmonton's time to push and get another goal, maybe tie this thing up. Nope. Florida regathers, takes a puck down. Reinhart, good goal. Completely not Skinner's fault. he ain't getting pulled. There ain't no way. You can't pull this guy. I don't think so. But we got a
Did the
hockey
puck
game.
go behind him? Did the puck go behind him?
It did. Right back there. Yeah.
Do defensemen have gloves? Do forwards have gloves to stop the puck?
Gloves.
Only one guy. Only one guy's got a glove to stop the puck.
Catching glove. Catching glove. Yeah.
Last man
The
standing.
other guys have gloves. Yeah.
Got to go down with the
So
ship.
you're saying you said you pull him?
fault.
You want to pull him now?
I'm pulling him.
Can't pull him.
I'm pulling him.
Not yet.
They got
No
3
way.
goals. And
Can't.
how many shots you said? 11 shots they have?
12 now.
Florida?
That was a 12.
12
yeah,
now?
12. Yeah.
It's not a good percentage, 750%. I mean, you're not going to win too many games
No,
if your save
no.
percentage is 750. You're giving it 3 goals
Right.
on 12 shots. I mean,
That's yeah. You're still good with the math. It's good. Yeah, not good.
It's pretty bad. The COVID's gotten to me a little bit, but the math is still there. So the problem is if you pull them and you bring in what's his face, Picard, who's 6-0, and you come back and win, then you flip goalies. Now you're done with Skinner, right? You can't possibly bring Skinner back. They don't like Skinner that much.
That's true, but you also, if you pull them, and then they get another goal, and you go back to them, like it's fine.
Then the game's over. Then the game is over.
It's 3-1. If Edmonton scores the next goal, then it'll be fine. They're back in the game, obviously. So no, I think it's a little soon. Geez, wow, what a save! Almost had to make that decision.
Yeah,
Florida's got huge momentum swing now. Yeah, that was. I mean, listen, they're down in Edmonton. Edmonton feels like they're on their heels right now. It's really they have to withstand this little push. Yeah. Oh,
right.
Oh my goodness! Almost went in again. Yeah. Edmonton's not shorthanded, but it feels like they are. You know those shifts where the team feels like it's on a power play, but it's really not. You look up and you go, no, they're not on a power play, but why do they keep controlling the puck? Puck's been in Edmonton's zone for almost a minute now. Somebody's got to get this out of there for Edmonton and, just dump the puck. There we go. Okay. Really good hockey game. No complaints. I had no complaints about any of this, especially because we're on Florida.
Right. Now, if we're on Edmonton, we might be complaining a little bit then. But no, actually,
right.
And what's good about it is it's like up and down too. It's not just 3-1, but boring. It's up and down. You get some scrums. You got shots on goals. People play overs on all these things, so they got to be pretty happy about that. So if this doesn't translate into ratings, then it's just don't blame the teams. Blame the fact that it's the middle of June and we're playing hockey. Blame the fact that you have 3 days off in between these games. That's why you have the ratings that you have. So, but otherwise, it's been entertaining. Now it's
the house here wants to know if you wore the red shirt for Florida tonight, because they said Daddy, you always wear your jerseys or your hats and things for the teams you like. Did Scott wear the red shirt tonight for the Florida Panthers?
No. Well, where's the horde? Where's the horde? Wow. Get him out. Get him out of there. Get him out, coach. What are you waiting for?
Yeah.
Ball game. 4-1. Who scored this one? Tell me it was Bennett or Marchand.
It was. No, number 9, Sam Bennett.
Wow.
Number 9. Yep. 2 really good plays. You really are. He made 2 hits inside the zone. And, sprung him loose on a breakaway, headman the puck, and, forehand, backhand, back to the forehand, shelf, see you later, no shot for Skinner.
Yeah, no.
Telling you, this is one of those ones. Edmonton can't take another penalty. Edmonton can't give up another goal. That's it. The only way Edmonton is winning is if they score 4 more goals right now and stop this thing. That's it. There's no other way. I think it's that much in dire danger.
not only was it a breakaway, it was almost like a 2-on-none breakaway. I mean, there was a teammate there that was, Skinner had no shot. That was a great move.
Headman the puck. That was a great move.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kind of reminded me of me. So, all right. So 4-1. Now it's up to 8.5. 50
That's
to
the
1.
number.
Now are you going to pull Skinner? Or do you blame him for that one either?
No.
Which I don't blame him for that one. It's not his fault on that one.
I don't blame him for that. No, he has one more goal. He has one more goal, right? I mean, if he gives up another goal, we got to pull him. And
how about this?
If you want to make a statement, like if you get to the period break 4-1, like if it stays like this, or even obviously if Edmonton scores again, he's staying in the game. But if it stays like this and you want to make a statement, you pull him in the locker room, say, listen, Stuart, you're sitting this third period out. I got to change and, get the boys going. Don't take it personal. It could be on that level, but yeah, I ain't pulling him right now.
All right, let's say, because this conversation's coming up. Let's say Florida gets one more, right? They win 5-2, maybe an empty netter 6-2, but he gives up 5. That means 10 goals in the last 2 games, 13 for this series. You got to go with Pickard, right? Picard, however you want to describe it. I mean, it's not like this guy is Grant Fuhr here. So, I mean, they've kind of split both ways. And the other dude was 6-0 before he got yanked because of an injury. I mean,
how much of a panic move does it look like? Like that's the thing. Like when it's your team and you're in the city. I mean, there were so many times like when the Penguins were good in the 90s. I mean, they were like trying to juggle a goalie, and then, it was Barasso's team when they finally won the cup. But there were times when it was like, do you play this guy? Do you play that guy? When do you pull him? Do you switch? I don't want to say it's a complete panic move because, I mean, really, Florida winning game 3 at home, the odds said that they were going to be, the favorite. The odds said that they should win. I think it might be a panic move, Scott. Well, we'll ask Cam. Cam will be on with us next segment.
Right.
We'll ask him what he thinks. We all respect Cam's opinion about hockey. So, would you pull him? You would. You want to pull him now?
Yeah, I want to pull him now. Why wait? You know why? Because here's the deal. Also, pull him now. See what if he gives up 2 goals, then he solves your problem for game 4. Well, no sense starting you because you were just as bad as the other guys. So we might as well just stick with Skinner. If you don't pull him, and it ends up 4-1, 5-2, like we were talking about, and you want to pull him, then you don't know what you have with Picard. So I would pull him just because let's see what you have. Here's your chance to start the next game. So we'll see what Cam thinks. Cam Stewart coming up next here on The Grid.
It'll be interesting to see what the Knicks do, but the Knicks are at a point now where they don't have to blow it up. They may still do so, and they have a right to do so, but with trading the 4 first-round picks and the pick swap for Mikal Bridges, the Knicks don't have a lot of room in regards to actual picks to throw at people.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Plenty of takeaways from Yankees-Dodgers where LA sent a message on Saturday, and the only way the Yankees could salvage it was somehow beating Yamamoto, and they did.
You're staring a sweep in the face, and after losing the World Series, knowing what the opponent is, you know what the narrative would have been on Sunday Night Monday. Oh, Yankees get swept by the Dodgers.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
The 2 guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this one? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line. only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Dave, hour number 2. Watching hockey, a little baseball. Cubbies are taking a 3-2 lead over the Phillies. We'll keep an eye on that. Still 4-1, Florida and Edmonton with the Panthers leading us. Let's bring in our good buddy, Mr. Cam Stewart. Cam, Dave and I were talking about do you pull Skinner today, or do you pull Skinner after today's game and go with Pickard, Picard in Game 4, or do you just say, okay, just a bad game? And don't blame him for some of these goals anyway.
I agree. It's not Skinner's fault. It's the team. Like, what are they doing? They're putting him in bad positions. The problem is, though, Skinner's going to have to be exceptional, right? And Bobrovsky is. That's the whole thing. Sergei Bobrovsky, like you saw the start of the game, these guys have amazing chances. Like, even when the puck, they got screens in front, the guy makes saves. Like, he's unreal. That's the whole thing, right? It's not Stu Skinner's fault. They've really let him down tonight with stupid penalties and the rest. And you get back in the game, and then Florida scores right afterwards. This is what we talked about with this team. I've never seen a more opportunistic, dangerous, a team that smells blood and, like, hurts you like Florida does. If Edmonton could have found a way to win that double overtime game, they're up 2-0, things are good. Now you're going, oh, my God, here we go. Florida's at home. They're up 3 goals. There's still 9 minutes and change left in the second period. But, guys, like, they can't take any more penalties. He can't let any more goals. Like, they have to play a perfect game to get back into this thing, Dave. And I disagree. Scott, I'm sorry. Like, I know Pickard was good for a while or whatever, but Skinner's earned the right to stay in the net. This is not a situation where he's been brutal. The team let him down tonight. These guys are taking bonehead penalties. You can't do that against Florida. And the minute you score against Florida, you have to almost put out guys who are just going to, they jump on you when they're down. That's the whole thing about the Florida Panthers. They play their best hockey when you do well. That's a sign of a really, really good team. I'll take Edmond plus 3.5 right now. I'm already on the over in the game. Empty net goals could be a factor there for this total, though, right? But Edmonton doesn't get the next goal. They're officially done. If they make it 4-2, they're back in this game. Crazier things have happened, but they almost have to play a perfect game right now. Very disappointing. They came out well. Florida weathered the storm a little bit early in that game. Bobrovsky's been fantastic, and after that, they were all over these guys. And Edmonton, you learn one thing. You can't be boneheads against these guys. You can't take stupid penalties, dumb after slashing, too many men on the ice. Like, don't get your head out of your ass. Like, you got to play a perfect game against Florida to win. That's life, right? Baseball, guys. What are we doing here?
Hold on real quick before we get to the baseball. They're adjusting the Conn Smythe live right now on FanDuel. McDavid's still the favorite, plus 190, but it's Bennett, plus 220. Marchand, plus 420. Bobrovsky, plus 550. Wow. And after that, Barkov is like 48-1.
Where's Verhaeghe?
Who wins it?
Even though they'll probably give it to Bennett, but every game, I don't know what the books do with this guy, but it's like Verhaeghe to record a point minus 130. Like, are these people stupid? This guy gets points every game. He scores a goal. Doesn't he have 2 already tonight? Goal and assist. Like, honestly, like even last year's Stanley Cup, the guy shows up in big games. Like, I don't understand. Like, they talk about Bennett and Kachuk and Marchand. Like, let's call it out for what it is. This guy's fantastic. He did the same thing when he was with the Bruins to the Leafs. He's just a great playoff performer. It's interesting because I know when you play hockey, a lot of the time when you go to the playoffs at all levels, it's not the superstars a lot of the time that come out to play. It's those grinder guys that really dig deep. Like, look at the Oilers. Corey Perry scored their goal, right? So, and Marchand's been absolutely fantastic for Florida. If I'm a team going to the playoffs or very close to the Stanley Cup, like as a Leafs fan, Gabe and I talked about this on our show too, you make this guy an offer. You want him on your team. You hate him when he's not on your team. when he's on your team, he's just one of those guys. He shows up in huge games, and he's just a big money player. That's all he is, guys. And Dave, that's crazy. Live odds like that. But Florida wins tonight. Let's just say one thing. Oilers must win game. Game 4 is a must win or they're done.
Yep.
Going down 3-1. I don't know if you can win 3 straight games against these guys. They're very dangerous.
Amazing. Carolina, believe it or not, Cam, we were looking at this yesterday. Carolina is actually the favorite to win the Cup next year. It was on FanDuel, which makes no sense whatsoever, right? I mean, is that
Every year
craziest thing?
Is this some kind of joke?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No.
No,
that's real.
I don't know what these guys do, even with the Leafs, and I'm a sucker because I'm a fan, but you can't make Carolina or the Leafs or any one of those teams like favorite. It's just, you don't.
Yeah.
It's probably Edmonton or Florida, right? Like, it has to be. Like, that's the thing. I'm sorry, Carolina. I know you shoot the puck a lot, but what have the Carolina Hurricanes done to deserve to be a favorite of next year's Stanley Cup? I think it's ridiculous, to be honest with you. It's just, I don't know what the books think. Like, hey, man, I got fooled by these guys. I thought they would win a few more games. I thought they could beat. Wow, Phillies just tied it up, guys. Cubs are in big trouble right now. Phillies, before we started the show, plus 180. That was something smart they did. Now they're minus 1,100. One more run, they'll win that game. Live games.
Nice.
Let's take a look right now. The Dodgers are already up. Guys, I'll take a shot with the Mariners tonight. It's locked right now, but plus 140 and plus 1.5. A small play on the dog. I know the Diamondbacks have great pitching on the hill. The Dodgers are already up 1-0 and still batting. You can't really lay minus 330 right now on them, but minus 2.5, not really in the mood to do that. A's and Angels. I lean Angels, but it's a $1.48 there. And the Blue Jays are doing really well tonight. It's 3-0 in the bottom of the 8th. Nice pitching performance tonight. All their pitchers have done well.
Buying into the Blue Jays, this would be 10-2. I'm sorry, Dave. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna ask about the Blue Jays. Cam, is it fool's gold to get excited about the Blue Jays right now? I mean, things are going pretty well.
You know what, Dave? I am excited, but I also know what can happen when we think about it, but I'm enjoying it. You know what I mean? And maybe it's not fool's gold. They're getting good pitching. The bullpen's healthier. They're getting help from not just stars on the team, too. A lot of the young players have really stepped up. Like this Barger guy's a killer. I told you about Kirk. Like he's a money hitter. Like I know he can't run. He looks like a bowling ball, but he's fantastic. So there's a lot to like with the Blue Jays. And when they have the stars hitting, they become a good team. It's really nice that they're getting great starting pitching. And yeah, they're a dangerous team. And the best thing about it, guys, is take a look at that AL East. Baltimore's horrible. The Red Sox aren't that good. You know, Yankees are good, but it's a gettable division. So yeah, but before we leave, guys, I'll take one more shot. Oilers, I'm leaking oil. Plus 3.5 oil changes, please, for my Corolla.
All right.
It needs one.
There you go. One more time, going down with the ship. Cam, great job. Cam and Gabe, top of the hour, right here on the grid.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what the Knicks do, but the Knicks are at a point now where they don't have to blow it up. They may still do so, and they have a right to do so, but with trading the 4 first-round picks and the pick swap for Mikal Bridges, the Knicks don't have a lot of room in regards to actual picks to throw at people.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Plenty of takeaways from Yankees-Dodgers where LA sent the message on Saturday, and the only way the Yankees could salvage it was somehow beating Yamamoto, and they did.
You're staring a sweep in the face. And after losing the World Series, knowing what the opponent is, you know what the narrative would have been on Sunday night, Monday. Oh, the Yankees get swept by the Dodgers.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this one? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
18.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the Grid. Final segment. Cam and Gabe, top of the hour on SportsGrid TV, SportsGrid Radio as well for the next two. So thanks again for Cam joining us, as he always does. Next to last segment of every show. So back to the board we go, Dave. Just finished up. Phillies rallied. I don't even think it's fair to even call it a rally when you get a runner on second base. But the Cubs scored the top of the 10th or 11th inning. And the Phillies scored a couple of runs in the bottom of the inning. They win it 4-3. So they are now 4 games behind the idle New York Mets in the National League East. Tampa Bay 6-5 over the Red Sox, bottom 8. Red Sox do have a runner on second base. They're plus 480 with one out. That's not too bad if we want to take a shot with them, getting 2 at-bats left. Your Pirates blowing out the Marlins 10-3. And Toronto 3-0 and still no score. Dodgers scored another run 2-0 over the Padres. Still batting top of the first inning. So much for Nick Pivetta, pitching so great as he has against the Dodgers and at home. He's been phenomenal at home as well. But obviously so far not tonight against LA.
Got to get out of this first inning. If he gives up another run, he might be toast. Right? Just get out of the first inning, down 2, and we'll go from there. Pirates tomorrow. Keller against Quantrill, and then the next day, Falter against Cabrera. You heard Tom Vecchio earlier. I think the Buccos can reel off a win tomorrow and the next day. That would be 6 in a row. That would be actually a real winning streak. You with me?
So Keller didn't pitch today, I see. He was supposed to, at least the last one I saw it. But Burrow's actually pitched. Okay, so he's going tomorrow. Right. Yeah. Listen, the Marlins got swept by the Colorado Rockies at home. So if the Colorado Rockies can sweep the Marlins, then certainly the Pittsburgh Pirates can. Pirates have actually, you know, ever since they snapped that 26-game streak of not scoring 4 runs or not more than 4, whatever it was, they've actually, done a halfway decent job offensively. So, listen, you're 14 games under 500. You're a long ways to go before you get back even into contention. But, who do you have after this series? If you really want to look ahead. Another Patsy, maybe?
No, I think they have
Cubs. Cubs and Tigers.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to reality on the road. Unless you swept Philadelphia. So, I mean, you just beat Philadelphia. So it's not,
caught Philadelphia at a good time. Missed Wheeler on paternity leave, and Bryce Harper was hurt. So when Bryce Harper's hurt, by the way, I have an unbelievable statistic here. When the Phillies don't have Bryce Harper, hold on, before I give you the wrong information. I had this one set aside to talk about before. The Philadelphia Phillies are, with Harper, since the 2023 season, 193 and 135. That's a 588 win percentage, okay? Averaging 4.95 runs a game. Without Harper, only 29 and 32, 475 win percentage, and only average 4.1 runs per game. So, obviously a fade when Harper's not in. They got it done tonight, but just keep that in mind. When he's not playing, games are probably going under, and the Phillies, not as much of a shoo-in as when he's in the lineup.
Interesting. You look at them, obviously they lost 9 of 10 coming in, although they win tonight. But, the runs, that 1 run yesterday, 1 run the day before, 4 before that, 1. Somehow they got 8 against Toronto, 2. I mean, they've scored 2 runs or less in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 of their last 7 games.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not hitting. And now you're talking about Toronto and Pittsburgh, too. No offense, but yeah,
what are you saying? What are you saying? What does that mean?
What
are you saying?
You know what I mean.
What are you saying?
Pirates are. I feel like Joe Pesci. What do you mean? I make you laugh? How am I so
You're funny like a clown. How are you funny now?
Yeah.
You're funny. You're funny. Okay.
I think that was one of the. I listed 15 movies for Joe Madden. I think that was one that she hasn't seen. You know,
really?
She hasn't seen. Oh, this is amazing, Dave. I love her. Right? I love working with her. She hasn't seen Jaws. She hasn't seen A Few Good Men. She hasn't seen like pick any like great movie from the 80s or 90s or even 70s, and she hasn't seen it. Like, whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think she's seen Smokey and the Bandit?
No way. Although she might be a Burt Reynolds fan, so maybe. But chances are, like, no. Shawshank Redemption? Nope.
Oh. One of the funniest movies of all time. Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah. Smokey and the Bandit. All right, let's go Panthers.
Go Panthers!